Sometimes it can be very challenging being able to differentiate between the early signs of pregnancy and your PMS, because it is the same hormones that are at work. Whether it is your PMS, is the same hormones that present these signs. Whether it's the early signs of pregnancy, is the same hormones that present these signs, and these signs are all the same. So is there anything different that can make you to know that you are pregnant? That is what we are going to be discussing today, the earliest signs of pregnancy before a missed period. How do you get to know that your body is nurturing a new creature? Okay, that's what we are going to be talking about. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to this channel. My name is Nurse Ota. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the earliest signs of pregnancy before a missed period. Sometimes some women can just be in disarray because these signs can be overwhelming sometimes. Okay, so let's just take a look at what are those signs that you can pinpoint and say, okay, I think I am pregnant, even before a missed period or before you go for a lab test. So for me, the first one is tenderness on the boobs. You see, the boobs become all of a sudden they are tender, especially when you take off your bra. By the time you let them loose, you feel this sense of heaviness. Okay, that's how I used to get to know that I think something is happening. My boobs are a little tender, and when I take off my bra and let them loose, there's this little kind of heaviness that I feel. Okay, I'm always aware of my boobs, and that makes me feel that yes, something has happened. Okay, and sometimes there's this mild irritation I feel around the nipple. Yes, then I know that something is about to happen. So that tenderness is an early sign that I could be pregnant. Okay, that's how I get to know that I could be pregnant. Then another second sign is bloating. Bloating, all of a sudden the abdomen becomes bloated, like extended, like a little bit hard, and I'm always aware of it. My mind is always there that something is happening. So bloating is a sign of early pregnancy, especially around the time of implantation, when the inner wall of the uterus is well equipped with so much circulation. All the circulation is diverted towards the uterus, to equip it with all the nutrients and oxygen it needs to hold a healthy pregnancy. So you find out that the abdomen becomes bloated. So this is one of the signs of early pregnancy. The third sign of early pregnancy before a missed period is a heightened sense of smell. You start to smell something from a far distance. You become like you are aware of almost everything, every kind of smell in the environment, and sometimes the smells can become so irritating. That is how I used to know that something has happened. A heightened sense of smell, okay, is one of the signs to show that this person or I am carrying a pregnancy before a missed period. The fourth sign is frequent urination. Frequent urination. The bladder too becomes very irritated. It begins to give you signals to run to the bathroom almost all the time. And most of the time when you get there, you just get a very little drop of urine and off you go back. Sometimes it's really annoying, but yes, it's one of the earliest signs of pregnancy. Frequent urination. You always want to go ease yourself. It's an early sign of pregnancy. The fifth sign is nauseous. You start to feel nauseous, this kind of nausea that does not go away. It's like a feeling like there's something hooking inside your esophagus, and it's not coming out, and it doesn't go inside the stomach. Okay, so you just have this feeling like it's either you should throw up so you can be free, or you keep swallowing, let it go down. That kind of nauseous feeling, not really vomiting, but that feeling that you feel like there's something in your throat that is not going away. That nauseous feeling is a sign of early pregnancy before a missed period. Another sign we have is cramping, a mild dull cramping that you feel at the lower abdomen. This cramping comes because the embryo has gone into the womb, implant in there and starts growing. So that activity going on, burrowing inside the womb and starts growing, that activity can stimulate some cramping, and that's how you get this cramping. Now this cramping is usually very dull, not like the normal menstrual pain or menstrual cramps. Is usually very mild and go away within hours or a day. Yeah, that is also an early sign of pregnancy. Another sign that is very, very important is an implantation bleeding. Implantation bleeding is that little slight spotting, not really bleeding, but some kind of spotting that occurs because of the implantation process that has happened for the embryo to go deep down into the inner wall of the womb to begin its growth. That process can stimulate the vessels around the inner layer of the womb to bleed. It comes as spotting. So this spotting sometimes does not require a sanitary product. It does not comes heavy. It's just a light kind of bleeding, and the color is pink. It lasts a few hours to a day or two. For some people it can just last a few hours. Okay, it is not as heavy as the normal menstrual period, so that is also a sign of early pregnancy before a missed period. The last sign I have for you is cravings. Some women will crave. They will crave for everything possible. Okay, craving becomes increased. You just want to eat this, you want to eat that, you're craving for this, and most of the times when you see that thing you're craving for, you become unable to eat them. Okay, because of that nauseous feeling that you have. It won't let you eat, but your mind, your head keeps craving for them. Okay, so it is also an early sign of pregnancy before you go for a test. So the last sign is a missed period. A missed period definitely signifies pregnancy has occurred. All right, it signifies that a woman is pregnant. Now there's a mistake that some women used to make. Sometimes this implantation bleeding usually happen around the time you're supposed to be having your period. Okay, it can happen around the time you're supposed to be having your menstruation. So that bleeding for some women might be a little bit more than just spotting, and for some women it is actually spotting. So you just need to use your head, okay, to know that it is spotting or it is period. Now there's a way you can differentiate implantation from a normal bleeding. The implantation bleeding is light pink in color. It is light and not heavy. It lasts a few hours to a day and does not require any sanitary product. Okay, it's just light. It doesn't last for a long time. So when you miss your period, or when you're having an implantation around the time of your period, you need to be able to differentiate between the implantation bleeding or your normal period. So that is it. So after you miss your period, give yourself 1 week and beyond, then go ahead and carry out a pregnancy test and confirm it. If it is positive, then congratulations to you. I join you in your joy. We've come to the end of this video on the earliest signs of pregnancy before a missed period. Please do well to subscribe to my channel. Your support is highly appreciated, and if you have been here, this is me saying thank you for your support, and I will see you in my next video.